And for his deal, white male, black male.
Black male.
10-4, when you're ready to come to war, stop, and I'll see if I know it.
Copy.
A lot of people have been following the Tart versus Dalton case out of McDowell County, West Virginia. In fact, I believe on some YouTube channels and news sites, it's reached millions of views. So I want to take this opportunity to provide you just a little bit of the additional body cam footage that I didn't show in the part 1 video.
Well, you scared me. I mean,
Scared you?
Who says that?
By asking you a question?
Who comes up and asks? That's crazy.
And it scared you?
I'm trying to understand what
It scared you by me asking you a question.
Growing marijuana?
And that's a question.
What does these houses on my property got? Did you find it on my property?
It's near your property.
Yeah. To say somebody scared you because they asked you a question is ridiculous.
That's preposterous.
I'm going to give me your name, sir.
Wait.
First name.
It's ridiculous to you, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's not ridiculous.
Your first name.
I'm not giving you my information.
Sir, if you refuse to give me your information, I'm going to arrest you.
That's fine. My property has nothing to do with any marijuana whatsoever.
Jason Tart, what is your date of birth? I'm going to arrest you if you don't give me your name and date of birth. Why do you have to be so difficult with us? Why can't you give us your name and date of birth?
This wouldn't even been an issue if you just gave your name and date of birth. That's all we was asking.
104, 112.
112, he said he'll be out of the vehicle. He's calling on himself.
10-4, can you call him and ask him to come to the radio?
Just go home, Mom. I'm alright. I know, just tell them I'm fine. I'm fine. This ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I own these properties, they found marijuana up the road, ain't even on my property. And they trying to tell me I gotta give them my information. Ain't got nothing to do with me. That's okay. Go home, Mom, and relax. Just go relax.
All he had to do was give us the name and date of birth.
That's all he had to do.
Because we need his name. He owns these 2 properties, and it's right here near his property. Jason Tart, what is your date of birth? Jason Tart, what is your date of birth? Jason Tart, what is your date of birth?
Mom, go to the house, Mom. Don't worry about it.
104, 112.
Control 112.
Good.
He said give you a minute. Go ahead.
10-4, can you see if you can locate a Jason Tart, Tango Alpha Romeo Tango by name, out of the Hartwell area? Why is it so difficult to give your name and date of birth? A Jason Tart, a Jason Tart, a Jason Tart. Everybody.
He's on phone, West Virginia.
10-4.
You got a date of birth on him, you probably run him in Virginia, no.
10-4, we located a marijuana grow right here near his property, and he's refusing to give us a date of birth and name.
Obstruction.
10-4.
And boy, who you moved and running my live scan.
10-4. We're going to go up here and collect the marijuana. All right, sir, at this time you're under arrest for obstructing.
112.
Go ahead.
10-4. Where's he live at up there?
10-4, he owns 2 properties right here on this Baptist Drive road after you pass the second concrete bridge on the right. We located a marijuana grow probably not 100 foot, 50 foot from this last property of his, and he just won't give us his name, date of birth. Jason Tart, what is your date of birth? Jason Tart, what is your date of birth? Jason Tart.
What you're about to see wasn't in the first video, and this really disturbed me. It's like, this is how they identify you if you're a black male around these here parts. If you're not carrying your paperwork with you, then, as you'll see, they take you to some parking lot where Boss Hogg walks out and he gives you a good once-over and sees if he can identify you.
10-4 is deal white male, black male.
Black male.
10-4, when you're ready to come through War, stop, and I'll see if I know it.
Copy.
So you just heard Deputy Martin talking to Boss Hogg a few seconds ago, saying that this marijuana grow is maybe 50 to 100 feet away from Jason's property. So let's take a look at the footage of Deputy Dalton walking to his alleged marijuana grow, and let's see if it's 50 to 100 feet away. In fact, what you're going to see is, I looked it up on Google Earth. You cross at least two, possibly three different third-party property boundary lines off of Jason Tartt's property by the time you get to these couple alleged marijuana plants that he finds. And from Google Earth, it's about 450 feet, by my estimation, away from the front porch.
Just sit here. I'll go up here and collect. What is it, ma'am? Obstructing. Obstructing. Welch. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we've been nice since we got here. Well, yeah, he's going to Welch, ma'am.
Okay, what do I need to do? I've done
Just come to the Welch Magistrate Court. Okay, at 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock tonight?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Buddy, all you had to do was give your name and date of birth.
That was it.
That's ridiculous to go to jail because you don't want to give your date of birth.
Ridiculous coming to somebody's community and asking those kind of damn questions. It's ridiculous to come to somebody's.
Is it wrong to ask if you're growing marijuana?
Is it wrong?
Yes.
Do you see those people over there? Do they look like they grow marijuana?
I mean, anybody can grow marijuana, sir.
Well, you know what? Exactly. Anybody could.
So I asked, is anybody growing marijuana?
Food. You see them hot tunnels out there? I farm. That's what I do. I grow food.
Okay, well, why couldn't you give your name and date of birth?
Why do I need to?
Because I have reason to believe that you possibly committed a crime.
You have reason to believe that I committed.
You own those properties.
Listen, there's a lot that somebody else owns between mine and theirs. That property's not mine that you found that marijuana on. So how in the world can you have reason to believe it's mine?
It's near your properties. Nobody else there's a church there.
Did you go back? Man, you have no idea. You know the history of this place, how many people grow weed around here?
Okay.
Are you serious?
Well, the only reason you're going to jail is because
property is next.
the reason you're going to jail.
No, the reason that you asked me a question is because you said you have reason to believe that I committed a crime.
And the reason you're going to jail is for not giving me your identification.
That's fine.
He didn't say that.
I don't want to take you to jail. Didn't want to take you to jail.
This is how it is. This is how it is. This is how you guys operate. It's cool. Because it's near my property.
All you had to do was give your name and date of birth.
No, you just said a mouthful right there, dude.
Name and date of birth.
My property. You have reason to believe that I committed the crime.
Yes. That's why I asked you for your identification.
Well, okay.
You act like it was the end of the world for a name and date of birth.
Are y'all gonna situate these cuffs? My shoulder is pretty jacked up.
Yes.
I asked the guy over here before we left. He said you'd take care of it.
Yes, we will stop up here and put them in front of you, if that's what you would like. You still going to refuse to identify yourself?
You got my name. I told you my name.
I need your date of birth. I tried to run you by name before we pulled out.
What happened?
I couldn't find nothing.
Because he didn't have a date of birth.
So are you going to give me your date of birth? I mean, I'll put you in jail as John Doe, and when you decide to give your name and date of birth is when you'll get out.
My date of birth is 19.
Now, how easy was that?
Well, since you're going to charge me anyway, they're going to need the information. I don't have any ID on me, so it's already established. It still doesn't change the fact of how you approach the whole thing in the first place.
By asking?
That I own those properties.
Okay.
Have no bearing.
I asked the people there a question. You grow marijuana. When I got back down there after I found the marijuana, after you told me you owned the properties, I asked you, what is your name and date of birth?
Yeah.
That was an easy, simple question.
Property that you found the marijuana.
It's just right off your property.
No, it's not.
That's reason enough to believe.
Look, there's several pieces of property that are owned by other people between my property and where you found that marijuana.
Okay, well, the process of the investigation.
Well, how do you know where I found the marijuana?
By the church. You said that.
It's near your properties. Nobody else there's a church there.
You said up by the church, did you not?
Okay.
Sir? Exactly.
Sir, it boils down to name and date of birth.
People are all over these hills, man. Y'all know that.
Well, sir, all you had to do was give me your name and date of birth.
Okay.
That's simple. It may ought to be some big ordeal when it was just, sir, my name is, sir, my date of birth is, and then I'd have been on my way. I'd have picked the marijuana up and been on my way.
You have reason to believe that I have something to do with committing the crime because
so part of
my property and you have no. I mean, what is that? That is crazy.
So part of it, how we investigate, is with your name and date of birth. I conduct an investigation. The marijuana grow.
Marijuana on me, on my property. If you found it on me or on my property, I would say, okay, makes plenty of sense to me. But you didn't. But I'm a suspect. Yeah. It's like me coming down the street from your house and finding something and then coming and blaming it on you, or even suspecting you. You gotta do what you want to do.
That's very untrue.
An elderly man. Ask the man if he's growing marijuana.
Yes, sir.
That's how you endear yourself to the community, right? Unreal. You could ask him if he knew anybody was up there doing it, but to ask him, the people just moved there.
Well, I don't know that.
Exactly, you don't know that. So you walk into people's neighborhoods with this cocky ass attitude.
No, sir, I was not cocky.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were.
You wasn't there.
I was there long enough to know. You asked me as soon as I walked up. Didn't know me from a can of paint.
And growing marijuana has nothing to do with age, race.
Did it offend you by asking, do you grow marijuana?
Yeah, it's offensive. How about if somebody came in your... See, y'all have no clue, man. But that's okay. Y'all have no clue.
I offended you by asking you a question.
You saw the lady was offended by the way you approached her. Maybe, just maybe, you did it the wrong way.
By asking her a question.
You guys do what you want to do. Like I said, that's how y'all operate.
10-4, you still need to talk to me?
Yeah, 10-4, drop down.
Go ahead.
10-4, just to let you know, we come up here on that complaint and located a marijuana grow. Subject arrived there, we asked him if he grew marijuana, stated that he owned the 2 properties, and we located a marijuana grow approximately 50 to 100 foot from his residence, and he refused to give his name, date of birth.
10-4, I'll meet you in the park lot behind Grants.
10-4.
Control, see if you find an ID or a driver's license for a Jason Tart, T-A-R-T.
T-A-R-T-T.
People are already getting 30s on a phone with you.
Yep.
Control subject's gonna give date of birth. You ready? First name Jason, last name Tart, Tango, Alpha, Romeo, Tango, Tango. What's your date of birth? Where's your ID out of? This state?
Control. Well, wait, stand by for local.
10-4, could you also send off for triple I? We can cut these off and leave the...
What's going on, Mark?
Jason, man, you would have told them your name.
They ought to come up there correct. I'm a military police, ex-military police. I know police protocol.
I know you're
These guys up there, they don't know how to come in our community and treat people with respect. I own the 2 properties. He said there's marijuana up by the damn church. He walks up there, brings it back, starts asking me questions because I own the property. There's properties in between mine and the church to begin with. I have nothing to do with marijuana being grown at the church. He tells me that I'm a suspect in an investigation. That's crazy. That's crazy. And then he goes up to people on their property. He walks around the people's house looking through windows and stuff. They got it on camera. Then he asks people, do you grow marijuana? Is that something you walk up to somebody and ask them? Not at their house on their porch, Mark. Come on.
I was just trying to help you out there. She said that
I
there's
appreciate
a trailer there, but the neighbors think that they're possibly doing drugs, think that they're on meth. And she said that she didn't give anybody permission to be on her property or anything like that. Meth.
Most definitely can be out sheriff's office.
Paperwork. Your paperwork's coming.
Thank you.
And lastly, as far as the litigation goes, we've served the defendant police officers as well as the county. A defense firm has appeared on their behalf so far. We're just waiting on the answers to be filed, and then we'll go into the discovery stage where we can exchange written discovery and also take depositions, which we're really looking forward to.